Good evening. Welcome to the election news headquarters on the great Indian election. Over the next 30 minutes, we are focusing phase 5 of elections and the western region in particular. Let's get started. So it's a wonderful, phase of voting, phase 5, because it's got the minimum number of seats. If you look at the 7 phases of elections that the Indian parliamentary elections undergo in 2024, this phase is very interesting because it's got the minimal number of seats, 49 seats there. But what makes it interesting is the battle for the West. The battle for the West is something that's significant because this is a bastion that's very much in the control of NDA. A quick look at the 49 seats that go to polls. Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, 2 constituencies there from the Union Territory, Ladakh, along with Baramulla that goes to polls. Uttar Pradesh, we have discussed. Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar, the eastern part of India. In the West, you've got just Maharashtra. We can't go down south because the entire south, all the states in the south, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, all over and out. So Maharashtra's elections would be done with when we finish this particular phase, phase 5. Maharashtra is done. Almost 2/3 of the MPs who are going to come in the 18th Lok Sabha, their fates are sealed in the EVM machines. Taking a look at Maharashtra, voting day 20th of May and 13 seats that go to poll. If you look at Mumbai, the 6 seats in Mumbai that could prove crucial, bastions that we are looking at for the sitting Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Kalyan, Thane, Bhiwandi, how this particular phase or this particular region pans out could exactly be, this could be the litmus test for both the, the Thackeray, that's the Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena, along with the Eknath Shinde faction holding the Shiv Sena flag at this point of time. Also other seats that could throw interesting numbers. A quick look at the 2019 numbers just for BJP, 23 seats, Shiv Sena, they were in a coalition in 2019. Put that together, that's 41 seats of the 48. You had NCP winning 4, Congress winning 1 seat in, I believe, the seat in Chandrapur that Congress won in 2019. AIMIM and others managed to win 2 seats. All that put together, 48 seats. It's the state that sends the second largest MPs to Parliament. 2019 result, Mumbai in particular, 6 seats, 3 with the BJP, 3 with the Shiv Sena. There are 2 factions of Shiv Sena now, 2 factions of NCP. Too much to choose for the people in Mumbai. Phase 5, if you look at numbers purely on the 13 seats that go to poll, all 13 with the NDA. If you break that up, 7 seats to the BJP, 6 seats to the Shiv Sena, the faction that's now with, or the Eknath Shinde faction now that's part of NDA. Phase 5, purely in terms of stats that we are looking at, a total number of candidates 695, women 82, but this is the first phase where the women representation is into 2 digits. You've got 12% of women fighting this particular elections. We started off with 8%, reached 9, reached 10. This particular phase, the maximum number of women representation, 12% of women. Criminal cases, 23% of the candidates with criminal records, serious criminal cases, 18%. Crorpatis, anybody having a base, an annual base or turnover of 1 crore and above, 33%. Graduates or above, 50% of the candidates. Average asset per candidate in this particular phase, that's 3 crore 56 lakh. Croropatis that we are looking at are the rich candidates in this phase of elections. Anurag Sharma fighting on a BJP ticket from Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh, 212 crores. You've got Nili Sambre, he's an independent fighting from Bhiwandi. I spoke about the importance of that particular seat, 116 crores against his name. Piyush Goyal, Rajya Sabha MP, now making his debut in Lok Sabha, fighting from Mumbai North, another important constituency that's been represented by big bigs like Ram Nayak. And also we have seen cine stars making, getting clicked there pretty early. 2004, we had Govinda winning that particular seat. Bihar, all the star candidates that we are looking at this particular phase, Rajiv Pratap, Rudy, Rohini Acharya, it's the battle for Saran. Lalu Prasad Yadav's daughter in the election fray. Hajipur, you've got Chirag Paswan in the election fray. Ram Vilas Paswan's son carrying on the baton of taking Ram Vilas Paswan's legacy forward. Annapurna Devi fighting from Jharkhand. Jua Loram MP minister fighting from Odisha, Achunta Samanta fighting from Odisha, again all sitting MPs who are looking for a rerun to Delhi. Piyush Goyal, as I mentioned, fighting from Mumbai North, Bharti Pawar, Union Minister, Union MOS for Health, fighting from Maharashtra, Kapil Patil, another Union Minister, Shrikant Eknath Shinde, the Chief Minister's son in the election fray, fighting from Kalyan, Ujjwal Nikam, the Special Prosecutor in the 2611 case, and now being handed a ticket. It's a politician, it's a prosecutor or a civilian, I would say, taking on Varsha Gaikwad in that seat in Mumbai. Also, Subhash Bhamre, another former Union Minister in the election fray in this particular phase. Moving to Uttar Pradesh, you've got Smriti Irani fighting from Amethi, Rahul Gandhi fighting from Rai Bareli, Rajnath Singh fighting from Lucknow, Niranjan Jyoti, Kaushal Kishore, Kishori Lal Sharma, all fighting from Uttar Pradesh. And that's why this particular phase is interesting, because of the political heavyweights in this phase. Though just 49 seats, but all 49 seats, especially in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, could throw up some interesting numbers for us on counting day. A final look at the table. Lalu Singh from Uttar Pradesh, you've got Karan Bhushan Singh, this is Brij Bhushan's son, fighting there from Kaisarganj, Shantanu Thakur fighting from West Bengal, Omar Abdullah fighting from Baramulla, Loket Chatterjee fighting from West Bengal. That makes, the battle in West Bengal, it's Didigiri that's on in West Bengal. That makes this elections pretty interesting. How is Didi going to stop the challenge, or how is NDA this time better prepared compared to 2019 in taking on Mamta Banerjee in West Bengal? All through this election series, we've been trying to get you stories that matter, stories that are related with elections and the Election Commission of India. There is something called a model polling booth. What exactly is that? Antara Sinha has put together the story for you. Take a look.
In India, elections are a festival of democracy. The Election Commission of India makes sure that the voters get the ample benefits of the best practices it has set up. From model polling booths to ample facilities in each of the polling stations, the Election Commission of India has made sure this time that the voters are enthusiastic and get a positive voting experience.
In a bid to attract voters to polling stations and give a festive look to the electoral exercise, model polling stations are set up around the country by India's Election Commission. Recently, the Dal Lake in J&K was dotted with polling booths during voting in J&K's Srinagar. Voters travelled via shikaras to go and cast their vote, and it is to be noted that the constituency lodged record voting turnout. Thinking about the importance of sustainability and the environment, the ECI set up an eco-friendly green polling station in Odisha. The polling station ensured informative slogan displays to make sure voters get a pleasant voting experience along with essential information about the environment. With pink and white balloons arched at the entrance and vibrant banners encouraging voters to exercise their right, as they came in with happy smiles at one of the model polling stations in West Bengal's Darjeeling. With rangolis, colourful, flowery welcomes at polling stations, model polling booths are designed to provide a seamless and comfortable voting experience for voters. They often feature amenities such as easy accessibility for differently abled individuals, comfortable seating arrangements, and clear signage, making the voting process more user-friendly.
Well, voting is a constitutional right, and every citizen must ensure that they exercise their franchise. Well, this is all I have for you today in Election Digest. I'll meet you next week with something new.
Well, we're joined by two esteemed guests on our show today to take this deliberation forward. Praful Ketkar, senior political journalist and editor of Organizer in the studios with us. And from the ground, we have Varun Singh, senior journalist, who joins us from Mumbai to take these deliberation forward. Let me first come to you, Praful. Looking at metro politics, how do you see, especially Mumbai, Delhi, political battles that are about reaffirming party identities, especially for the big national parties?
See, we have always seen this 7 seats of Delhi and 6 seats of Mumbai, high profile seats. We have many a time seen surprise candidates, some high profile names, cine stars, or always New Delhi seat, for example. We have seen traditionally coming up new names, even South Delhi. Even in Mumbai, we have seen the similar kind of trend. You mentioned about Govinda in 2004, these kind of names. Why? Two, because just because of the location, the national capital and the financial capital, they bring up that much of hype to those cities. Unfortunately, but the more the hype we create in media because of the names that crop up, we have seen the voting patterns in these metropolitan cities has been not very encouraging.
True.
In fact, they are usually on the high profile seats, they are on the very lower side. So perhaps we need to think about it differently. One, because there is a lot of migrated population, so people generally don't tend to shift their vote from one place to another, even if they migrate for 4, 5, 7 years. Two, maybe in future, this time also, there was some talk about whether we can have some kind of online voting experience or digitization of this voting experience also. So let's see. Hopefully, this time in Mumbai we will see a better picture. Both Mumbai and immediately after that, in 25th, Delhi is going to go for voting. So hopefully it will be better numbers this time.
Okay, Mr. Varun Singh, now when you look at the two NCPs, the two Shiv Senas, do you somewhere feel when the people go out to vote, they are going to be confused? Let's suppose you support Sharad Pawar, but you remember Sharad Pawar with the clock that shows 10-10. Now that symbol belongs to Ajit Pawar's faction, and Sharad Pawar has got a new symbol. So will that leave the voters confused? And the vote base, basically there's going to be a big churning that's going to take place on the ground on voting day, especially in metro cities.
Absolutely. If you're talking about Maharashtra and the 13 seats that are going to poll, especially Mumbai metropolitan region, where the Shiv Sena and led by Eknath Shinde, where with the bow and arrow symbol, and UBT Sena, which is fighting on the mashal, which looks like more like a ice cream cone. So it is going to cause a lot of confusion. The confusion is going to be amongst the hardcore voters of Balasaheb Thackeray's Shiv Sena, because they have become habituated to press that arrow and bow button than any other button. So I'm sure, because there are many seats in which they are directly contesting. For example, in South Mumbai, where I'm sitting right now, in South Mumbai, Arvind Sawant, the sitting MP, who was an NDA candidate in 2014 and 2019, and now is contesting on UBT Shiv Sena ticket with a mashal symbol. There are multiple voters who are going to vote and they are going to get confused, and they might press and that is what Yamini Jadhav, who's the Shiv Sena candidate with the bow and arrow symbol, she is hoping, or there are many people who are hoping that it may happen. There is one more point, but you also have to understand in the last few years, especially in the last 2.5, 3 years, or since the time 2019, the assembly elections took place and Uddhav Thackeray became the chief minister. Since then, the kind of trajectory that Uddhav Thackeray has shown, he has become very popular amongst the Muslim voters over here. And there are few seats, for example, South Mumbai, once again, where 3 lakh Muslim voters are there. They are rallying again behind Uddhav Thackeray. So it is not going to be an easy win for Yamini Jadhav or the Shiv Sena. But at the end of the day, new voters are coming in. The voters who were dead against Shiv Sena, Balasaheb Thackeray, are now supporting his son. So there's a lot of, to be honest, for a person who loves politics, watches politics, reads politics, breathes politics, it's nothing less than a revelry to see such a sight over there, that those people who used to be against someone are now diehard fans of theirs. And the confusion that you mentioned, it is going to, towards the end of the day, help the NDA And that is what I have been saying on several shows, that NDA may win many seats because of the confusion in these 13 seats.
Okay. Praful, is it a Sena versus Sena battle within the NDA and the opposition bloc that you see, especially as this battle now reaches maximum city?
Oh, yes. See, as I've said earlier, Shiv Sena now the battles that have taken place politically or legally or at the doorsteps of election commission, now it is at the doors of the voters. So voters are going to decide which is true Shiv Sena now. And that voting is very, very crucial because it is going to define the trajectory. Remember, for Pawar and Thackeray family, this is virtually a battle for survival. Because there, see, anyway, Congress doesn't look very formidable with Ashok Chavan out and no major face there with Congress, Maharashtra Congress. So in that case, where will, for example, Mr. Sharad Pawar said, many of the smaller parties might merge in Congress after elections. That clearly gives an indication that there is not much hope there with this kind of division within the party. Now, when we see this battle panning in different phases, 5 phases, this is the 5th phase. Maximum seats which Uddhav Thackeray is contesting is against Shinde faction of Shiv Sena, and there clearly people will have to choose who is really inheritor of Balasaheb's legacy. There, as Varun said, would traditional Shiv Sainik expect somebody who is one of the accused in, say, 1993 blast, campaigning with a Shiv Sena candidate, so all these factors, and we will get the answers on 4th of June. So this is the real battle where Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena. Thane seat, Kalyan of course is BJP candidate, but Nasik seat, South Mumbai, as he mentioned, all these seats are very critical. BJP is contesting 28 seats. Those look, those numbers are look very, very comfortable. Last time BJP won 23 out of 27, 26. The real question is, what was the share of Shiv Sena then, and how that share is translated now in 2024 mandate? That is going to decide the direction of Maharashtra politics, because remember, not less than 6 to 8 months there will be assembly elections there.
BMC
elections are on the cards. So whether the traditional hold of Shiv Sena over Mumbai is intact with Thackeray family at the helm, or it is completely now going to be dislodged, this election is going to decide that.
Okay, Mr. Singh, when one takes a look at Mumbai in particular, you did mention about Mumbai South seat. Looking at the overall picture, is there too much on the plate to choose for the voters in the first place? Because this looks like a Bhelpuri or Maha chaos, if I may take the liberty of using that word, for the voters when they go out to vote on the 20th.
No. I would not agree with the words Maha chaos, Bhelpuri, because for a very simple reason. Let me tell you, Prafulji is also from Maharashtra, and I am also born and brought up in Maharashtra, have been working here for 20 years. I tell you a simple thing, the voter of Maharashtra is very sensible. They know whom to vote for Lok Sabha, they know whom to vote for Assembly, and they also know who should be voted during the Panchayat and the corporation elections.
Okay.
And I don't see a Maha chaos. If you see, there are seats where, apart from the main candidates from the two alliances, rest of them are either independent or either those people whom we always see, mushrooming during election time. And that is the reason why I say that not much of a chaos, but yes, there would be one simple thing which is going to cost probably, as I said, as Prafulji was saying, I have one simple line to say. On June 4, at least 2 political parties in Maharashtra, they will have to go back on, in the drawing room and decide what is their presence in the state. Because, as he said, the electors, the voters are going to choose who is the real NCP, who do they trust. It is immaterial which political party right now has a lot of people. It is the voters who decide who their leaders should be. And if the leaders today decide that Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena gets more seats, then Uddhav Thackeray has to take a back seat. There is no other option with him. And most of the people who are still with Uddhav Thackeray, I think they will come back or they will go to Eknath Shinde. And the same is with NCP Sharad Pawar. I can tell you, sitting over here, whatever I can gather from the ground, Baramati, the bastion of Sharad Pawar, from where he had been winning so many times, he is losing it. And the fear was evident. Why? Because Sharad Pawar, a resident of Mumbai who used to vote from Malabar Hill, he could sense that fear and he had to go and register himself in Baramati and vote from there. So if you ask me, I know I can't predict everything, but I over here in Maharashtra see a major clean sweep, which is not at all being predicted by anyone because they are unaware what is happening on ground. The voters, the silent voters, the voters of this state have decided that they want a majority because in the last 5 years, the voter of this state has suffered the most compared to any other state in the country. They have seen how they voted for a particular alliance and that alliance didn't sustain, that broke. A new alliance came into place. They don't want it. They are tired of it. And let me tell you, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi is the most popular leader. And people over here, immaterial which political party they belong to, everyone over here trusts that PM Modi is going to be the face, should be the face. And that is the reason why I say that NDA will sweep over here in Maharashtra.
Okay, Varun, Praful is eagerly waiting with
There is one important point which nobody is talking about because when we are talking about Mumbai and if we are not talking about Raj Thackeray, even at his worst performance also,
2% vote.
He always had his own vote share. And now he is openly coming out and asking people to vote for the NDA candidates. That is going to play a very important role when it comes to Mumbai. For other parts, including Mumbai, earlier, Anil, there were in most of the places at least 3 major contenders used to be there, 4 major contenders, because last time, especially in assembly elections, we have seen BJP Shiv Sena also contested separately in 2014, Congress and NCP also. So 4 major parties used to contend and vote share used to be distributed. Now it looks like there are 2 clear-cut camps.
True.
India versus India alliance. But the third fraction, and again I am repeating that the way BSP and Vanchit Aghadi has given tickets to their own candidates and trying to build momentum on the ground, targeting particular voters, these 2 factors, MNS on the one hand and Prakash Ambedkar's Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi on the other hand, these 2 factors will play a critical role in many seats when the final outcome is there.
Okay, Mr. Varun Singh, Maharashtra is particular for, one reason. Neither of the political forces, the national political forces, can pull things on their own. They need the regional forces to, help or smoothen the wheels for the wheels to chug along. Do you feel that more as a compulsion, and do you see, the people of Maharashtra breaking free, giving it to the 2 national parties, the 2 national parties rather fighting it out, and the best man walking or smiling on June 4th?
Anilji, I don't know which is the second national party you're talking about. The one
16%, I meant the Congress party, 16% of votes that they managed.
Yeah, but how many seats did they win? They are
1.
unable to win. And if you see 2019 assembly, they were in the ladder, they were at the last. So I don't know on what ground can we still call it. Yeah, it is a national party. It is an old national party. But the problem with the national parties, everyone would love if there is a fight between 2 national parties. But you also have to understand Maharashtra is has seen so many revolutions in material. If you start from its own formation, the formation of Maharashtra happened because of the revolution that was carried out by the regional leaders over here.
Okay.
So from 1960 till now, these regional leaders have played a very vital role. There are multiple seats. I can tell you many seats closer to Maharashtra, where a smaller party like PWP, the Peasants and Workers Party, also holds grounds. There are parties which you wouldn't hear on the national news ever. Hitendra Thakur's party, very close to Mumbai, they have been winning assembly seats. So, discarding regional parties at this moment, I don't think it is possible for anyone. But at the end of the day, I would always, everyone would like to have two main parties fighting. And if that happens, nothing better than that. I hope as Sharad Pawar said, the smaller parties will merge with the Congress, and over here, if the smaller parties are willing to merge with the BJP, better for the voters to choose from.
Okay, Praful, now, since you mentioned MNS, there's another party that managed to win a seat in 2019 elections, the AIMIM. They won the Aurangabad seat. How much of a role they would have 5 years later, in Maharashtra elections? The other state that he fights from is down south, from where he himself wins. But how do you look at the role of AIMIM in Maharashtra, in Mumbai and around that region?
See, what actually MIM tried to do since 2017-18 onwards, it's not just in Maharashtra, Bengal, Bihar and UP.
Okay.
He focused on certain seats where there is a substantial Muslim population and obviously tried to emerge as a sole national Muslim face. That was the idea. One state, or rather couple of states where he was successful, one was Bihar, where he got 5 assembly seats, but the other was actually Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, one seat in Mumbai in assembly and one seat near, remember near Nanded also he has won the entire municipality. So Adilabad, where very close to the Telangana region, there also he played a very important role, and of course Sambhajinagar seat. So there he is trying to be, but again I think in South Delhi he has got a candidate. I don't know South Delhi, South Mumbai or South Central Mumbai, but there is a MIM candidate in Mumbai. So there he will play spoiler for India Alliance for sure. So MIM is trying to find space outside Hyderabad. I wouldn't call even the entire Telangana region, but he has been not very successful simply because one, the organizational structure he hasn't built around. He is relying solely on the religious identity basis. Two, to large extent, the dominant parties who were having some sway with the Muslim voters there are successful in showing the one anti-BJP kind of plank there, and two, communicating to the voters that as if Owaisi is doing this at the behest of BJP. So B party or BJP kind of narrative. So because of this, but again this South Central and South Mumbai seats, Muslim voters, if wherever MIM candidates are there, or BSP has given a Muslim candidate, there that particular candidate can play an important role in the final outcome.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. It's going to be an interesting battle in Mumbai. Remember, the 20th is when Mumbai and the regions around Mumbai vote. But do not forget, one thing that I'm going to request to all our viewers watching this program, if you vote, send us a selfie of your voting on that particular day, and we are going to feature you in our program, The Great Indian Election. Remember, The Great Indian Election is your one-stop show on weekdays on all that matters in Indian elections. What would be our topic of discussion on Monday night? A sneak peek. Phase 5 of India's parliamentary elections on May 20th across 49 seats. 6 states and union territories look to overcome the summer heat as India decides. Fate of political heavyweights from all political parties sealed. The election news headquarters will analyze all the numbers as it unfolds from Phase 5 on the Great Indian Election at 8:30 p.m. IST only on DD India. Well, it's time to thank both the guests who joined us this evening. Praful Ketkar in the studios, Varun Singh joining us. Appreciate you joining us on the Great Indian Election. Well, it's a wrap on this edition of the Great Indian Election. Goodbye. Take care.